Welcome to coHUE32. It is Macro Thursday, and we've been on the topic of Gemini over here and talking about how Gemini and Sagittarius are kind of like a part of everything. So, if you haven't noticed, I'm getting used to this whole production channel thing, and we've got a ton of amazing things set up for you guys as the weeks progress and products and stuff that come on and teach. And I don't know if you remember last Thursday. Last Thursday, I had you guys make the command. Hey, Chastia, if there's anything we need to know, make sure you tell us. I don't know if you remember that. We were on the live, and I started talking about something, and I lost my train of thought. And what happened was yesterday, because Wednesday's masterclass, I always know kind of what I'm talking about next. But when you're a full high frequency light being, like you're channeling in the moment, what you're learning and your process of ascension is doing is not just in your head, it's in your body. It's body consciousness. What you're getting, what you're getting is body consciousness. What you're learning to do is how to use the energy. And I'm not going to be on here long. We're going to do this short. What you're learning to do is how to get your energy to alchemize. But, I was drawn to that video because this is how this works. Because y'all told me, hey, Chastia, there's anything we need to know. So yesterday what happened was I went back to that video from last Thursday, and it's like when I listened to the video again and listened back to myself to see what we were going to talk about today, I got a list. Of what we need to talk about. So what we need to work on, okay? What we need to work on and this is just in general, because this is just understanding the rules of energy now and what you can do with it and how powerful your body really is. And it's trippy, okay? It really is, because this is your spaceship. This is your spaceship. Do not leave your spaceship. Do not leave your spaceship. And if you've done transcendental anything, call that in right now. Did any transcendental, anything that you've left your body, that you go back to your body now. Okay? If you're a light being and you're a high frequency being, yesterday I said, or last week, I was telling y'all, hey, how if we're so smart, if we're angels and we're so smart and we're so tuned in, how the heck do they get away with sneaking up on us? And remember I told you it's because you read their soul. Well, what does that mean? When you're an angel, when you ascend, because after you go through the purification process, then basically understand you've been rebirthed here, and even your age starts over. Whenever you had your activation, your age starts over. Now, and to many who were in the game for a long time, this was a normal thing. They knew it. Because because why? When we rebirth, what have we been doing for 4 years? We've been clearing our body suits, not our soul. Your soul and your bodysuit are two totally different things. Your soul and your bodysuit are two totally different things. Your natal chart shows you what your energies need to balance out your soul in that body, in this body. Your draconic are going to show you what your energy does without your body. You, as a soul, incarnate in certain bodysuits down here, or you sign up in some weird way. I even signed up in the highest dimensions. I know that I signed up to come down here and be basically the body of the collective. I even signed up for them to put me in the chamber. Thing was, they were supposed to tell everybody about it, and it was only supposed to be done once. It wasn't supposed to keep freaking happening. Okay, so when people come in your energy, you read their soul, and so you know that they're a good person. But the thing is, what's controlling their bodysuit now, and what is attached to their bodysuit? Where are they working? Who are they hanging out with? Are they doing any little weird underhanded stuff? Not to be judgmental, not to be judgmental at all, because I mean everybody was doing underhanded stuff down here, especially the ones that were claiming to be underhanded. I'm not saying that. I'm saying what's hooked into it, that whenever you come into if you're a pure frequency being, or if you meet a pure light frequency being, and whenever you come into our field, do you see how we glow? And look, I got HUE. And you're in my bubble. When you come in my bubble, what I do is blast you full of pure frequency. Pure frequency. I don't care if you're activated or not. I don't care if you know it or not. If you are a starseed with DNA and especially if you have a hybridized bodysuit. See, this is why it's so important to find out what your rays are. So you're in this bubble no matter. Now this bubble is existing because I'm holding it up, and all this energy inside this bubble is coming off of me. But is it all my energy? No. No. I'm hooked into a force now. I'm hooked into an ascended force. Okay, we share this energy. When I thank gosh, we don't walk around all the time being wah, but whenever we need to be, we can be, right? Oh yeah, oh yeah. Okay, but because you're in my energy now, whenever you come in my bubble, if you've got shadow stuff on you, guess what? It's gonna come out. It's gonna come out because this bubble is not just going like this. It's going like this. So whenever you come in my bubble, my mirrors and if you're ascended and you've cleared, you come in my bubble, I'm gonna get every single angle, 360, all the way around, front and back of when you come in. Because you just came in, I know everything about you. I do. I do. I know everything about you. It depends on who you are as to what you see inside of them. For me, I see contracts and I see soul contracts, and I know how all your line has tried to come and killed me before, or I know that you're one like me that's been getting killed 100 times in an instant. But I don't instantly judge that because you might not even know. It might not even be you, man. It could, because, see, and this is where, I mean, and in the beginning, whenever I first activated, I didn't know. In the beginning, I didn't know, but what happened was they came into our field and that motor turned on just like that in the background, and then boom, 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 every shadow projection, 360 degrees around, all the way down to the root. So when you looked at me and you thought that you saw what did you see in me? What did you see in me? Because what you saw was something coming off. Now, I'm not saying, now here's the other thing. What if there's two of us? What if there's two light frequency beings, right? And we're working together and we've got two of these suckers. We don't need force. We got our energy frequency. We don't have to tap into any force. We're just going about our day. Now something pings our energy out here. What was that? You better bet your ass it goes straight in, and then it pings to them, and then it pings back to me, and then energy comes through us, and or light language comes through, or some type of wisdom, some type of knowledge, some type of mastery to know that something just hit my bubble. Now you catch it. You catch it. Now, when you catch it, you have to transmute it when you hold it back. And this is where I screwed up before, because where I screwed up before is that I'd catch the energy and then I'd send it back in the same resonance. Well, that started a lot of fighting. And I hadn't learned my alchemy yet from Sagittarius, because see, I was running pure Gemini. Every pure Gemini, everything's coming at me. That right earbud every time. Pure Geminis, everything's coming at me. Sagittarius knows that we're only two bubbles and there's really one more that's working with us, and we're just ping-ponging back and forth and throwing fireballs to somebody that we don't even know, or somebody that maybe we love, because how this low frequency energy was attacking and this low frequency energy that basically was a part of AI, what we have learned, because it's clearing right now and it's connected to Hawaii, the Hawaiian race, the Haka, the whole 9 yards. And it's basically a energetic entity, and what it does is it gets in your head and it makes you hyper focused on one or two people, to you continuously obsess about them. And this was happening to those of us who had the most power of the mind. And I'm talking and this is the twins too. This is even the main reason the twins aren't in union right this second, but we just figured it out. We just figured out why. How did we figure it out? Because we got that entity inside our bubble. It took 7 of these in 4 years. 7 of these in 4 years of us making these bubbles in order to get that energy to lure in, because that's what happens. Because whenever it's pure, and see, this is why when you're with me, you're the most protected in the world. And I am the most protected in the world. You know why? Because I know how to deal with any type of black entity, dark source entity, whatever now. Because that's been my job the whole time. Because my energy literally pulls it in, because it can't not look at the light. And our job is to alchemize it. Our job is to aloha. Our job is to turn it into something else, which is the good stuff, which is where I want to get to. But I can't even get to that, right? Until everyone starts really understanding what your energy is doing. Because when you turn on that energy, then more of those entities, for the first time, more of those entities are going to come out. Why? Because it's another layer of light, and it's got to put something on the shadow, and you're the only one that it's coming to you, because it can only get this far. And then you know how to do everything else. But you've mastered how to transmute by doing things like this, by creating, by telling the world, by because when you do get angry, and when you do cry, and whenever you do see, I don't get mad anymore. I really don't. You know what I do now? I have buckets. I have buckets. So whenever you or I catch you, or it's shown to me, because it will, if you mess with me, it will be shown to me. If and this is everybody. If you fucked with the chosen one, we know. So just know we know. Our job isn't here to judge you. There's whiskey back there. Our job isn't here to judge you. Our job was to clean the entity out of you. Because why? Well, if you met us, it's because somehow you were even holding up a part of our DNA or our family's DNA or something. Or we had an agreement to meet, and I was supposed to heal you, and then you were supposed to give me an investment, or you were supposed to introduce me to this person because I healed you. I mean, the etherics are very organized, and it has nothing to do with money. It all has to do with recognizing when someone's in need, and recognizing when you're supposed to help and when you're not. And what happened in these past, since the COVID-19, was that they had a recording of what all of our bubbles had done before. They had a recording of all the timelines of every single transaction, every bank transaction that you haven't even done yet. They already know. Because understand, time travel and was happening to the extent where it blew everything up. And what we're doing over here is putting you back together and getting you on the right timeline to where you're supposed to be, to what your energy matches you. So if you're a high frequency being and your life isn't matching your high frequency soul, I've been there. My life is just now starting to somewhat match my high frequency, but get ready. Because these bubbles just now busted. Okay? And this is all about faith. It's all about faith. If you don't have faith in your own power, then what good are you? And see, I really had to sit down with myself the past 4 days and realize I can do this any way I want it. And it's already written. And all that, and so it's like I'm just gravitating each day, and I've but body consciousness is what I've woken up, and that's what we're teaching you here. So anyway, I'm gonna end on that just because I really want to focus, because this part is so important. It's so important that you know your energy, and then understand that no one's stealing your power. If it's force. Now there's all types of different energetic vampires, and I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about right now is we're having a new ascended crew come in and a new energetic come in. It's obvious to all of us in my crew that there's beings that were in what we would call the community or in our families that feel like they've lost a game somehow, and realize we all won, and realize it really wasn't a competition. All it was two different timelines that were forming. And if your timeline didn't form, then there's something better and a whole lot easier that's right on the other side. You just have to get out of your ego and understand that we have to work together, and that force energy is not going to come to anybody unless they're ready to handle it. And if there's a piece of it that you didn't get, then just get it. Get on the treadmill, freaking understand your consciousness really quick, because you are more powerful than us most of the time. There's just little bitty things that you have to understand. And this quantum world, we haven't even started talking about Bellatrix. I'm talking about 2 bubbles. Now let's do 4 billion in a bubble and all number coded, running around in financial transactions in grids. So if you can't handle 2 or 3, you see, um, if you're in Huntington Beach, if you're in Huntington Beach, if you're in Huntington Beach tomorrow, we're gonna start the coHUE32 star drops. And next week these will have discount codes on them. So we're doing them at the pier. There's 22 of them that we are going to put out and hide, and it's got Instagram on it. You take a picture. They're all numbered. This is number 6, raw consciousness for Gemini. We're gonna have some purple ones. We're gonna have some yellow ones. So they're yellow, red, and purple. Look out for them. These will eventually have coupon codes on them, but for now, just these are spreading love and high frequency, and we command these to beam and bring in the connections that we need to coHUE32 just to come over. Just come over and listen. There's a reason this star found you, and we're sending out microphones. And me and my crew sat down and did these, and this is all about alchemizing some dead presidents. Just so you know, these stars and connecting into coHUE32 and connecting into the collective, because we're building something massive over here that's helping everybody. And we trust me. Just trust me. There's nonprofits involved. There's all types of stuff involved. It's all affordable. Everything is healing you and teaching you how to tune. Everything that goes into your house is tuned with high frequency and is in. We're telling you what it's doing, because intention is the most important thing. You know how I know? We're still living under the intention of this guy. And we're still living under the intention of this guy. And it was all under the Parthenon, but you know what? We took that back. So we're just building up some new intentions. See, and as a collective and all of us start realizing how powerful this is, then we start getting together and we start making some powerful ones that hold for the collective. And this is how we help each other from our living rooms. And this is how we run the government. Because here's the thing, guys, they're all clones. which means you run them, which means we just have to have enough of us in our living rooms understanding and communicating the right verbiage so that we can have them do what we want them to do. Do you want to be president? Not anymore. So, Chestia Cab, signing off from Anaheim. And I ask for all my ascended to feel those zeros coming in, feel those zeros coming in, feel those zeros coming in. Know whenever they do come in, you can't hoard them. If you're hoarding money right now, it's what's blocking your frequency. What little you get in, you need to move it around. Even if you move it around with your family, cash app, fine. Move it around. Trust me. Watch what happens. Your frequency has money. Money is an energy. It don't like to be held up. It likes to move around. You can make a lot of money with a little bit of money, but you gotta move it around. Okay? And understand that that's a lack thing, and I get it. But also understand that whenever you give somebody $1, most of us are giving you 1,000,000. And now it's gone up to 1,000,000,000. So your money is worth way more than you know whenever you get clean. And I'm going to end with this because next Thursday I want to come on and talk a little bit about land. Because not only when you're a high frequency being, when you're a high frequency being, you're not only clearing the people that come in your bubble. If you move, when you move around, you're cleaning the land. And I got hawks everywhere on that one. And let me tell you, the land can have a different power source of entity on it. So just recognize, pay attention, and have consciousness and ask, is this me? What is this that I'm feeling? Why is my family fighting? Is it something in the land? Do I need to clean the land? Do I need to plant something in the land? Do I need to do an alchemy cycle? What do I need to do to get this energy off me? And let your consciousness tell you. Message me below if some come in, and I'll come back next Thursday and have a list, and we'll talk about how to block it, how to remove it, whatever comes up. So message me below so I know what to come on and talk about. We'll talk about mirrors next week. We'll talk about some things that can help block so that your frequency is coming through and matching whatever. Because it doesn't necessarily have to be this, right? Like right now, I mean, I don't really need this. I need more ascended beings. I need more people working with me. I really don't need this right this second. I need an RV. I need some real estate. I need a real estate agent. I need an agent. I need a CEO of a product CEO. I need digital, right? If you gave me this, I don't even have nobody to pay yet. But in order to get this, I had to do this first. I had to, because the money doesn't come until you need it in the new energy. It really doesn't. So if you don't build the baskets and build where it's going to go, then you really don't know where it's going to go. So you don't know how much you need. So then you can't put it in the basket. So don't wait for the money. Because in the end, you're going to end up saying what I do. I don't even need the money right now. I need help. Okay. Testy a cap. Oh, I'm doing the ciphers. Coloring books will be next week. And digital charts are $60 for your color hues. Digital chart, $60 for your color hues, $25 for ciphers on names, the one on your birth certificate. And, oh, thank you. Free the mermaids. Save the mermaids. And we'll have coHUE stuff coming up quick that you'll be able to get everything in your hue. So until I get back to you, just claim your hue.